Thank you, Rajan, for that inspiring welcome. Now, there's not a single person in this room who doesn't know that India is the fastest growing major economy in the world today. And here in Texas, we're proud to stand tall as one of the largest and most dynamic economies globally. But what happens when these two powerhouses, India and Texas, come together? Today, we'll explore just that, how shared values and strategic partnerships are unlocking economic growth, cultural ties, and sustainable innovation. We're deeply honored to be joined by two remarkable leaders shaping this future. Honorable DC Manjunat, Consul General of India, Houston, and Mr. Arun Agarwal, Chair of the Texas Economic Development Corporation and CEO of Nextt. And guiding this timely conversation is going to be someone who knows this relationship inside out, Mohammed Farshori, Chair of the Asian Chamber of Texas. Before we begin, let's take a moment to watch two short videos that set the stage for this powerful dialogue.
Texas is booming.
Boom in Texas is fueled by what some are calling the Great Business Migration.
Company's not just coming, it's already here.
Thousands of workers are busy creating the latest Tesla model. Samsung is considering building more semiconductor facilities in Central Texas.
Texas is leading the nation in population growth.
Texas is the future of America.
Whenever they come here to the state of Texas, they all say the same thing, and that is they did not get here sooner.
Right. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Honorable DC Manjunat, Mr. Arun Agarwal, and Mr. Mohammed Farshori.
Thanks, Janice. Another round of applause for EarthX and the Global Sustainable Action Alliance. Thank you for hosting it, and thanks for inviting us. We're short on time, so we'll jump right straight in. And thank you, Honorable Consul General and Arun Bhai, for your time and for being here. Absolute honor to be with these two legends. So I'll jump in. Manjunat ji, India's Prime Minister, Modi ji's recent visit to the US was closely watched around the world. And what would you identify as the key takeaways from his recent visit, and how do they advance the strategic partnership between the two nations?
Thank you, Mohammed. Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be part of this EarthX 2025 conference. Coming back to your question, Mohammed, first of all, I would like to start by saying that the relations between India and the US are bipartisan and growing from strength to strength. Prime Minister Modi was among the first few leaders who visited and had the bilateral summit at the White House. And there's an extensive joint statement, which is in the public domain, which is there for all of us to see. I would not dwell on all those things, but which pertains to what we are discussing today. I think, I would say that the ambitious economic interaction and the trade and investment target both the leaders have given. Currently, if you see the bilateral trade between both the countries is close to around 200 billion. But the target set by both the leaders is 500 billion by 2030. That is an ambitious target, but I think it is a target which can be attained. And on all of course, the energy cooperation is one of the most important. We saw that India is the third largest consumer of energy, and we also import from USA, of course, from Texas. So that is also one of the important aspects. I think at the trade is what I would say the volume of economic interaction between our countries are going to increase.
It's amazing. $500 billion opportunity out there. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Arunji, next question for you is, Texas and India have a strong foundation of trade and investment. And you serve on the Texas Economic Forum, and you've run an amazing company. Doing so many things. Maybe there are like 3-4 Arun Agarwals out there somewhere. Because I saw him in Delhi last week, and I saw him in Dubai again. Right? So I was like, what's going on? Always traveling. How do you envision the economic partnership evolving over the next decade, particularly in emerging sectors such as energy, clean tech, technology, and healthcare?
And thank you, Salman. First of all, a shout out to Trammell and Rajan for creating this amazing stage. And so let's give it up for Rajan and Trammell for a minute. And it's such an honor to share the stage with you, Consul General. So Salman, Texas, if it was a country, it's the 8th largest economy in the world. And the way we are going will be 7th largest, and we are going to beat France very soon. And Governor realized that one of the major partners which can be India. 28% of US's exports, they come from Texas, which go to India. And let me now tell you from the reverse side, in 2022, close to $20 billion of foreign direct investment came to this country, which grew, and we'll take a little bit of credit. We took Governor, his first trip was in 2020 and 21. And after that, in 2024, that investment has grown into $50 billion, out of which more than 40% has come to Texas. So it really shows the bond between, CG is talking about US, I'll talk about Texas. So it shows a bond between Texas and India, and we are natural partners. Now you're talking about sustainable energy. I think Rajan made a brief statement when he was giving his opening remarks that Texas is not known to be by exact words, a sustainable state. I think that's just a misperception. We are producer of the largest wind energy in the country. We are producer of the largest solar energy in the country. So when it comes to sustainability, what has become, it's become a political issue, but Texas is on the front end of it. So to come back and summarize your question, Texas and India, they are natural partners.
Amazing. Thank you, Arun, and that's great to know about. Thanks for clarifying that. We're the largest energy producers.
Yeah.
And I know most of the companies, some of the companies are the largest sustainable energy users in Texas.
Absolutely.
So the next question is for both of you. What are some of the key policy initiatives from both Texas and India's government that you believe can further unlock the potential of bilateral trade and investments?
No, I think, Arunji, very rightly put the perspective on the Texas-India relations. Out of the 200 billion trade, more than 20 billion trade between Texas and India, and the investment, both ways investment. If we look at the Indian IT majors, all the IT companies, whether it is Infosys or TCS or HCL Tech or Tech Mahindra, they're all present. Zoho Corporation in Austin. So the IT services and IT industry collaboration is on the top. And taking on from what Arunji mentioned about the sustainability and the renewable energy, India's largest solar manufacturing company, Wari, has established a solar panel manufacturing facility with the initial investment of 150 million in Brookshire in Texas, and it is functional. They have plans to increase up to 1 billion, and thanks to the conducive policies which have been put forward by the governor of Texas, and of course the people aided by the Texas Economic Development Corporation and all. And all, there are other companies, who are looking at the green ammonia, and Acme and other companies are also looking at it. I think if we look at the further collaboration, the space collaboration, we know that it is U.S. NASA and ISRO are functioning, but in Texas, we are going to have Axiom's, the commercial space. One of the Indian astronauts is going to go shortly, by end of this month or next month, if all goes. The private sector collaboration in the space economy is one sector which I think with the governor has also put a lot of emphasis. And in one of the slides we saw the India's market for the medical devices and all. I think the healthcare and the medical devices, which Texas is very strong. Of course, we are in Dallas, but I sit in Houston, so I should also talk about Houston. Absolutely. So we have the largest medical center and the facilities. So those areas are the promising areas. And in terms of the ease of doing business, I think, I already spoke about the very good policy framework which is there in Texas. In India also, for the US companies to invest, the compliance mechanisms and the regulatory mechanisms have been very, very streamlined, and of course there will be room for improvement, but the policy reforms over the past decade has made the investors to invest in India seamlessly and smoothly. And I think the current geopolitical situation, the manufacturing industry between both the countries can collaborate for a very win-win situation for both our countries. So that I think Texas and India has a strong potential in that area.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Very inspiring. All the work happening. Arun bhai, you want to add anything to that?
And Consul General, you rightly said, if there's a business, you want your portfolio to be diverse. And if I treat Texas as a business, our portfolio is very diverse. We are known as oil and gas economy, but we are leaders in oil and gas, we are leaders in sustainable energy, we are leaders in pharmaceutical, we are leaders in defense, we are leaders in agriculture, we are leaders in semiconductor, now we are taking leadership in space. And all these are aspirations of the new India as well. And the new India is different than the India I grew in. The aspiration of when I grew up, our aspirations were limited. The new young Indian, their aspirations are global, and Texas provides them platform to take it global. Now with our new Texas Stock Exchange coming up, which will be trading as soon as in February, that will provide the least restrictive format to go public. And that provides another, I think, you just saw on the India video, we are the startup capital of the world. Those startups, they can go public without all those regulatory nonsenses of New York. And that's why, you see that New York Stock Exchange, they opened their regional office here as well, because they see that Texas is going to pave the way. So truly, leave aside the industries we are, I think the business platform we provide here, we are very soon going to have a direct flight from Dallas to New Delhi. That's all these really provide the pillars of the growth, and we are right there.
Awesome, thank you so much. That's, round of applause for all the folks behind this. This is amazing, especially with all the work that's happening with the technology, the investments, So Arun bhai, I'll continue with the next question for you. The global focus on sustainable development is intensifying. What role do you see Texas and India playing in leading the charge for innovation and supporting economic growth? I know you touched a little bit on it, but if you want to share a little bit.
No, absolutely. So, we are seeing the global threat is, US and China are not inclined. And when it comes to solar energy, solar panels, a few years back, China was the only option to get those solar panels and all. Now India is expanding vastly, and they are fully sustainable to provide all that infrastructure which is needed for sustainable energy here. I already said, I'll repeat it again. I think we are the largest in that energy sector. There are two biggest challenges Texas has today. One is with our growth, the energy, and second is the water. The legislature has just designated $1 billion a year for next 30 years to go into the water infrastructure, which India also has a very evolved technology with this young kids are doing. So, to bring that sustainability has been given a political framework, which is, it doesn't have to be either or. Everything can survive together, and given the global environment and where we are today, Texas, again, as Rajan said, we are not believed that we are not a sustainable state, but we truly are. We are acting on it. Our energy solution will be solved not only by oil and gas, by fossil fuels, but with the sustainable energy. So that's where I see the future.
Thanks, Arun bhai. And for folks who may not know, Arun bhai is also the chair of the National Cricket League USA. It's a game changer. US has never seen cricket like National Cricket League.
Thank you.
And Arun bhai, was amazing to see legends of cricket in Dallas because of your vision.
Thank
you.
And Salman, I'll have to give a shout out. So with this league, I think Salman came up with the initiative to make it a sustainable, and I see Kyla here who really took that effort to make it the most sustainable sports league in the world, to be carbon neutral in next 10 years. So it's again the DNA, the mindset, and I think you just need to figure out how to do the things, and sustainability can be achieved. So thanks for leading that effort.
Thank you, Arun bhai. Thank you.
To add to that, we all saw in the slides also with the target of 500 gigawatt. The India's the renewable energy target. India is also, as much as taking lead in AI and other fronts. India is also taking lead in the sustainability front, and the world's largest solar plant is in India, in Gujarat, and hydrogen front. India is taking forward the renewable energy front and sustainability efforts also.
That's awesome.
That solar plant, Salman, just for information, is spread over 28 kilometers. One single solar farm over 28 kilometers.
Must look beautiful from the space.
Yeah, it really is. You have to take you have to go by air to really see it also.
That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. So Manjunat ji, the final question for you. Cultural exchanges between Texas and India have grown in recent years. And I do want to give a shout out. I've seen the leadership you've put in, the effort you and your team put in building those relationships with the community. How can strengthening cultural diplomacy and people-to-people connections support economic ties and foster deeper long-term partnerships?
No, thank you, Salman, for the question. I think ultimately, everything is about people. So the people-to-people relationship and the cultural exchanges, they are one of the bedrocks. Since we are talking about Texas and India, let me also give some statistics. Texas is the second largest state, if we take not as a region, but second largest state where the Indian American community, who has made their home in U.S. and contributing to the U.S. economy, they are the largest. I don't want to go into numbers because census figures, different figures are there, but Texas is the largest number of Indian American community. And when we talk about people-to-people relationship, the university, the student collaboration, that Texas has a very strong the education system, whether it is UNT or UTD or UT Austin or Arlington, A&M. There are close to 45,000 Indian students currently. That is also is the source of pride for both our countries. And as you mentioned, because of the large size of the community, the cultural exchanges, they are happening in a large way. Not only that, the political and the trade-related exchanges are also happening. Arunji mentioned about the governor visiting India last year, and we had the Attorney General Ken Paxton visiting later last year. And as we speak, the Vice President J.D. Vance is in India on a 4-day visit. So the lot of exchanges, people to people, and trade and investment relationship is going on between both the countries, and we look forward to sustaining and increasing them.
Absolutely. And the Asian Chamber, we're planning a delegation in September to India, Mumbai and Pune. So this is awesome. And Arun, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah. And Salman, when you talk about people to people, one major difference, I've been in this country for close to 25 years, is the leadership which has changed.
Absolutely.
15 years back, council journals, and you might not like what I'm saying, council journal, but I'll say it. 10, 15 years back, council journals, consulate, they were unapproachable. They were, leadership which came here, they made us feel they were better than others. Today with leaders like Consul Journal, so approachable, ready for the community, and that's what makes people to people difference in terms of not only our community, but the local businessman. Waris, which he just gave example of, it got initiated when governor visited. We signed MOU. After that, his office held hand of Wari to go through the trenches, because it's not easy. Even if you are a business of that size, it's not easy to tread those waters. And especially, so they got the comfort from his offices and all. So that's really what has made the difference when it comes to people. Ultimately, it's about it and the leadership, thank you, Consul Journal. Yeah,
Thank you.
One of the most approachable team as well. That
Absolutely.
Always there for the community. So thank you
Thank
to you and your team. And thank you again, Arun Bhai and Consul General Manjunat ji, for your time and for answering all the questions. Hopefully there were some really good takeaways for everyone. Great connections between Texas and India. Of course, the entire relationship between US and India, $500 billion opportunity. And as Arun Bhai said, Texas is trending towards becoming the 7th largest economy in the world.
By the time we leave room, it might become 7th largest, the way we are growing.
No, absolutely. And the $200 billion trade, and hopefully that continues to grow thanks to the leadership here and thanks to the leadership in the room. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Salman.
Thank you.